My name is Ebony Thompson, and my project is on family and gender. For historical context, I put while traditional Confucian values have shaped Korean family structures and gender roles for centuries, it's important to note that contemporary Korean society has undergone significant changes. The shift from extended family to nuclear family has been largely caused by urbanization. Extended families were common in older generations in rural areas, living together or even nearby. However, due to urbanization, it has resulted in smaller family units due to pretty much restricted housing spaces, lifestyle preferences, and of course, professionalism. Relationships throughout generations have all been influenced by this family change. My next slide, I want to talk about the contemporary family structure. As you see in this picture, I really feel as if this picture really explains that enough. But I also wrote in the traditional rural Korean household, grandparents, parents, children, uncles, aunts, and cousins often lived in the same house or group of houses. Most married households contain parents and usually two children and sometimes a grandparent, which is, like I said from the first slide, due to urbanization and the change within society as times have changed as well. I also wanted to compare. I did these pictures you see, this is countryside versus the city. I did urban areas tend to have smaller family sizes due to factors like limited space or the cost of living. Then, like, pretty much the typical urban family consists of parents and their children, as I stated in the last one, with extended family members living separately. Rural families often have larger household sizes, while on the other hand, even though urban and rural family structures they share the same foundations, as you can say, it's still completely different. These differences contribute to diverse experiences and lifestyles within Korean society. For my gender roles and expectations slide, I wanted to explain pretty much just what women had to go through, what changed that, what made them change, and then what was the man's role. For the first bullet point, I put in traditional Korean society, women's roles were confined to the home. From a young age, women were taught the virtues of subordination and endurance to prepare for their future roles as wife and mothers. Women in general could not participate in society such as men, and their roles were, as it states on here, limited to household matters. Due to the establishment of the Republic of Korea in 1948, women achieved constitutional rights for equal opportunities to pursue education, work, and public life. And for the second bullet point, like I said, it pretty much states as the first, women, we were only required to do certain things. And then right here it says women were required to learn the Confucian virtues of subordination and endurance as well, while also being denied to participate in any activities that were not secluded to the home. And historically, men held prominent positions in politics and military leadership. Kings, generals, and scholars were predominantly men, and they shaped the course of Korean history through their decisions and their actions, of course. Education and career. Before I explain my notes, I wanted to explain this picture. It took millions of years to try to find a great picture I can put on here, but if you guys can see this, it really just talks about how some women felt during this time. As you can see, women were treated unfairly, everyone felt equal, or men were treated unfairly. As you can see, some men like to say that they were treated more unfairly than women, but as you also can see that women out chart that women were really treated unfairly. And it says pretty much like I said, traditional gender roles in South Korea place a strong emphasis on men as breadwinners and women as caretakers. This mindset influenced employment opportunities and career advancement for women. For my marriage and relationships, I had many bullet points to talk about, but I really wanted to talk about the rising divorce rates and the delayed marriage. And we could do the rising divorce rates, like the attitude toward divorce became more accepting in South Korea, reflecting a shift from traditional stigmas associated with divorce. This cultural change has reduced barriers for couples considering divorce as a viable option. However, on the other side, you have the delayed marriage. Young adults in South Korea are facing economic challenges, including high housing costs, student debt, and competitive job markets. These factors can delay marriage as individuals prioritize financial stability and career development. And in the past, Korean relationships were often planned or influenced by realistic factors like financial stability and, of course, family position. But romance is becoming more and more valued in the modern society as a foundation of partnerships. Couples also search for emotional connection and common interests. Also, relationships that include decision making becoming more common. Parenting and child rearing. And I'm going to just read from these honestly. Confucianism promotes a hierarchical social structure where elders, including parents, hold authority and are revered for their wisdom and experience. In traditional Korean families, parents have significant influence and decision-making power, and children are expected to follow their guidance and advice without question. Confucianism emphasizes the interconnectedness of family members and the importance of maintaining strong family bonds. I also wanted to add that society has also led to greater knowledge about diversity among children. Overall, society has helped create, shifts in parenting approaches to more adaptable styles that reflect modern society. And challenges and opportunities. Um, as traditional gender roles evolve, there has been a shift in household responsibilities and caregiving duties. Women increased participation in the workforce has led to more equitable sharing of domestic tasks and child care between spouses. This can reduce the burden on women and contribute to a more balanced and family life. As I say, as well as changing gender dynamics has influenced the household and even parenting responsibilities. The importance of sharing duty among couples, I really want to emphasize that because at this point, it wasn't just the women taking care of the kids or doing housework, men were also helping. However, I also read up that this also came with challenges, hence why I put it with the challenges and opportunities. Balancing both work and family responsibilities has been a struggle for many Korean families. And I really blame this due to the pressure of succeeding in both aspects. It could be very mind boggling. This is my works cited. And I just want to say thank you guys.